Dear viewers, today we are diving into a historical chapter of the British monarchy that truly surprised society. Prince Andrew, the younger brother of King Charles III, has just officially announced his renunciation of all the noble titles he has held throughout his life, including the prestigious title of Duke of York, a title he has held for almost 4 decades. For those who follow the history of the royal family, this event is especially significant. The second son of the beloved Queen Elizabeth II was long considered her favorite child, a charismatic prince, and a recognized military figure. However, as we can see, his life has been full of dramatic twists and turns. The statement from Buckingham Palace, released on Friday, was brief but meaningful. In it, Prince Andrew explained that after discussions with the king and family members, he concluded that the ongoing allegations and scandals surrounding him were distracting attention from the work of the king and the entire royal family. Simply put, Andrew decided to remove the burden of titles from himself in order to protect the reputation of the institution he once represented. It is important to note that this decision was coordinated with King Charles III. According to insiders, the king considered the option of officially stripping his brother of honors, but voluntary renunciation spares the monarchy from the need to undergo a complex parliamentary procedure. This step demonstrates a mature approach to a crisis, formally, a renunciation of titles, practically, protection of the family's reputation. It is important to emphasize the nuances. Although Andrew will no longer use his titles or receive the style His Royal Highness, he still remains a prince by birth as the son of Elizabeth II. However, stepping back from his official role entails the loss of other honors. For example, he will no longer be a member of the Order of the Garter, the most prestigious British award which he had worn since 2006. Renunciation of the titles will also affect his former wife, Sarah Ferguson, who will no longer be called the Duchess of York, although it is worth noting that she had already long ceased using this title in everyday life. An interesting point, this decision does not affect their daughters, Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie. They will be able to continue their public and private activities without changes, which without a doubt is a relief both for them and for the monarchy. Prince Andrew's family sphere will still be affected. He will no longer participate in certain traditional events, such as the annual service at Sandringham, an event that, although not official, has long become a symbolic demonstration of royal family unity. At the same time, Prince Andrew will remain in his current residence, Royal Lodge, a spacious home with 30 rooms, where he lives with Sarah Ferguson. King Charles III has repeatedly suggested that he move to a more modest residence, such as Frogmore Cottage, but the prince refers to an existing long-term contract that does not depend on his titles. This renunciation is an unprecedented event for the modern British monarchy. The Dukedom of York is traditionally granted to the second son of the monarch and has always been a significant symbol of status and responsibility. Buckingham Palace confirmed that the decision is coordinated, and no further comments will be given. Thus, Prince Andrew, once beloved by the British public and shining in the spotlight, is finally stepping away from his public role. He leaves behind not only the title that accompanied him for almost 4 decades, but also an entire chapter of his life. In his statement, the prince emphasized that this step was motivated by the desire to prioritize duty to his family and country, an attempt to preserve dignity and respect for the monarchy, despite circumstances that became a test for his personal reputation. Dear viewers, we are witnessing how a figure who once illuminated the royal family with his charisma is stepping back, giving priority to preserving the institution over personal honors. This reminds us that even those born into luxury and privilege are not exempt from the consequences of their actions, and that titles are not only about honor, but also about responsibility. which relies on personal reputation and public trust. Dear viewers, we conclude our review of this unusual and historic event in the British monarchy. We see how even titled members of the royal family face the consequences of their actions and make difficult decisions for the sake of the institution. What do you think about this step taken by Prince Andrew? Do you believe it was the right decision, or do you think it came too late? Share your opinion in the comments. We are very interested in hearing your perspective. If you enjoyed this episode, like it and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss new reviews of important events in the world of royal families and history. See you next time, stay with us, and stay informed about the most interesting news.